Hello everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku aka chocomint, and welcome back to Let's Play of Under Maintenance. In the last playthrough, we have just finished chapter 1 of Luca's route, which means that we met Luca for the first time at his bar and we accepted we matched with him on their dating app. So far he's quite flirty and quite cute at the same time. And so I hope it goes well as we go up to his room on the first date, which is exactly the same building as we have. But that's a bit dangerous, but if he's not a bad person, then maybe they start out something new and not just us being something in someone's wall as quoted. Well, let's continue. Luca chapter 2. Luca's apartment is sparse but clean. He motions me to sit on the couch while he changes out his work clothes in another room. I saunter over the stand-up piano by the window and notice the record collection sitting next to it. A stack of classical and jazz records stand neatly next to each other. As I shuffle through them, a particular disc catches my eye. Otome Jam's Ella Fish Girl, what? Okay, I'm just gonna choose randomly. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What was the whole thing again? Let's stop at miny, mo, I guess. Ella Fish Girl? Ella Fish Girl? What about Ella Fish Girl? Is that like an eye? Okay. The quote on your blind art profile is an Ella Fish Girl song. Oh. Close. Good try though. What do you want to drink? He's now standing in front of his open refrigerator. I have some bourbon beer and a half bottle of white wine. There's also green juice. Green juice? One of those things is not like the others. Well, I have to have some semblance of health in this fridge. Oh, I also have OG, sparkling water, and vanilla almond milk. Lactose intolerant? Unfortunately, but I allow myself my daily filled ice cream indulgence, even if it hurts me. Totally worth it? Every single time. What do I want to drink? Maybe some sparkling water? Wine? Let's start with sparkling water. I don't think we should be drinking today. I mean, it's the first date. Maybe we can drink another date. I'll take the sparkling water, please. He makes a big show on pouring the drink in front of me, which I think is a bit weird. He seems to notice the perplexed look on my face.
Just want to make sure you know I'm not dropping any weird shit in your drink.
No worries. I dropped a pen and sent it to my friend. He knows where I am, in case I suddenly disappear under mysterious circumstances and I'm never heard from again.
Damn, girl. Do I look like that big of a creep? Wait, don't answer that.
As we settle down together on his perfectly lived-in sofa, he turns to look at me.
Alright, tell me about you. What's your story?
I tell him the shortened version of my journey up to this point. I dropped out of college, defying my parents' wishes so I could try and pursue more artistic goals. So they cut me off, and working full-time while trying to get my passion project off the ground was really overwhelming for me. After multiple failed attempts to get a job in the field that I wanted to be in, I ran out of options. And money. So I took up my parents' offer to go back to school. Post-graduation, I found myself stranded in the job market with some school loans in tow. Then I got a job offer in the middle management for some mediocre company. But hey, it pays my student loans, right? I moved here for work, but then the rug was pulled out from under me when my company announced the shuttering of my location within months of me moving here. I guess I'm kind of stranded in this weird temp job, running a seasonal store that sells fake plants and ugly art while I figure out what's next. So, what is next? Have you figured out what you want to do? Luca sets his glass on the table in front of us before he leans in closer towards me. He's so close that I can make out his long lashes. That's not fair. I have to pay for fake ones to make mine look that good. Yeah, some guys really have really long, curly eyelashes. Like, I look at it and I got jealous sometimes too. Especially they got those really, really nice lids too. Eyelids, I mean. So, a great combination. So jealous. So, at this point, I don't know. Are you sure you don't know? Or are you just afraid to say it out loud? I've never really thought about it, I guess. Mostly because no one's ever asked me that. Well, I'm asking you now. It's weird to not have an answer when someone asks you what you want to do with your life. But after going back to school the second time, I just decided that what I want doesn't really matter. Why complicate things? Before I get too lost in my own thoughts, I pull myself out of my own head and notice Luca looking at me intently. Time to talk about something else. My life is too depressing. How about you? Is there something more you want to do other than be a struggling musician working nights at his family bar? Well, is that really such a bad thing? No, not necessarily. But I saw a bunch of sheet music on your piano with notations on it. Looks like you're working on something. Miss, are you snooping into my stuff? Is it snooping if it's out in the open? I just had to make sure you weren't some psychopath keeping trophies of his victims. You must watch a lot of those true crime documentaries. Podcasts, actually. Do I stand to watch anything these days? Hey, wait a minute, we're talking about you right now. So, what are you working on? Nothing good. Do you ever give yourself any credit? Only sometimes. I'm okay, I guess. Judging by the diploma on top of your piano from an exclusive music conservatory, I think you're more than okay. Remind me to hide my important papers before you can come over next time. What makes you think there's going to be a next time? Our bodies had inched closer together somehow, and I catch a whiff of his aftershave. He smells like sandalwood. It's as sweet and warm as he is. Ooh. Danger! Yeah, it's danger and you're getting closer together. Jeez, wow, I wonder why. Just a while, guess. You are going to have to try harder to change the subject, mister. No, letting up, huh? Nope. Okay, but don't let me catch you asleep once I'm done boring you with my story. Try me. I've been playing since I was old enough to sit on the piano bench. My old man is a concert pianist. Well, he's a glorified traveling musician. I remember the first time seeing him play on the stage, on a grand piano. It was an out-of-body experience. I saw him move grown men to tears when he played.
All I ever wanted to be was as good as him. I knew it was impossible, but I tried anyways. People kept telling me how good I was, how I was a natural, following in his footsteps. But the only person I wanted to hear that from was him. Tale as old as time. The little boy who kept chasing after his daddy's approval.
Well, now I kind of feel like an asshole for digging up all the drama.
It actually feels kinda nice to say this stuff out loud. And surprisingly, this time I don't feel like curling up into a ball and sleeping until next week.
If you think that's making me feel better, you're terribly mistaken.
No, seriously, I haven't really talked about this to anyone else. It feels weirdly cathartic.
You know, there's this thing called therapy.
And do you know how hard it is to find a therapist these days? Especially with shitty insurance. One of these days I'll get to it.
Well, anyways, I never did get to hear that from him. He beat up and left when I was 14. I actually quit playing for a year. Misbegotten teenage rebellion. I thought it would be a good time to pick up sports. Proceeded to get my ass royally kicked and found myself missing the keys more than ever. When I finally gave up my varsity athlete's dreams, I think my mom was glad I stopped coming home bruised, bloodied, and battered from trying to be something that I'm not. What sport do you play? You mean, what sport did I not play? I tried it all. From drag, to soccer, to basketball. I was so bad, the coaches begged me to quit their respective teams. Well, there goes my fantasy of seeing him in a tiny Speedo. Oh my god, why? I mean, it would be a nice image, but girl, priorities, huh? Anyway, I applied to the conservatory fully prepared to not get in. Actually, you might get to see him in a tiny Speedo if you're dating and you request him to wear it and go to the swimming pool. Then you see it. I was convinced I wasn't good enough, plus I took a year off practicing. But I actually got a full scholarship. Post graduation, I lingered around campus, subconsciously avoiding making any real life decisions. That is a mood. Luckily, an old professor of mine took pity, or maybe he was just annoyed that I was just hanging around the studios like a lurker. He offered me a position teaching beginners classes. Why did you leave? My contract was up, and I knew my mom needed some help. It was time to be a big boy and come home. When I moved back, I called an after-school program to let me use their studio in exchange for tutoring a couple of kids on some piano basics. I've been casually writing my own music. That sounds amazing. I think so. Maybe one day I'll get to score a movie. A selfless act. How about now? What's stopping you? Mostly myself, honestly. Funny enough, I got an audition offer from someone out west that heard a demo of mine. Not really sure how they got their hands on it. I suspect my mom sent that to them. They want me to fly out and play an original piece for them, hence the sheet music over there. Luca, that's amazing. Yeah. You don't seem so sure about this audition though. The competition will be fierce. I don't feel like I qualify to even enter this audition. According to who? Luca doesn't answer. He has a faraway look in his eyes. It never hurts to try, right? What's the worst that can happen?
Oh,
Speaking from personal experience? Barely. I wish I took my own advice. Tell me more. If you really must know, I really wanted to go to art school. Secretly applied and everything. Even got accepted to my first choice. My parents were adamant that only a tiny percent of photographers go on to make a decent living. So they talked me into going to business school instead. Don't get me wrong, I learned a lot, but I can't say I get the same kick out of macroeconomics.
Hmm?
Yeah, but is that what you really want to do? I could ask you the same thing. I don't regret my choices, but I do often wonder what would have happened if I had stuck to my guns.
Hmm?
What's stopping you now? So, do you still take pictures? On my off days, I carry my camera with me everywhere. He has a soft smile on his face, and I find myself admiring how his eyes seems to change color under the dim lights in his living room. I know if I stay longer, I won't be able to leave. I see. Well, I have an early morning tomorrow. I should probably get going. Placing the empty glass on the table, I slowly stand up to gather my things. Then, I feel a slight tug on my wrist. Luca is looking up at me with his bright blue eyes. They are practically undeniable. I will not give in. I will not give in. Okay, maybe I will give in. Oh my god, guys, this is the first date. What? Can I persuade you to stay? Yes, we gotta save. Important choices. Should you stay or should you not? I can't believe this is so fast. I guess the temptation is there. So we have beauty sleep. No, or I could stand to be persuaded. Yes, I need some persuasion. Even though normally I won't do this to someone I just met for the first time, but I could stand to be persuaded. Luca smiles softly and leans in even further. His face is now mere inches away from mine, and I can feel his warm breath on my cheek.
Can I kiss you?
Oh my! Oh. His deep, raspy voice tears down all my defenses. What's it good to do? Wasn't the whole point of this outing to get laid? Okay, I guess the main point of this outing is to get laid and not actually starting out slow and then get laid. So immediately get laid and we'll see what will happen next, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Or at least have a little bit of fun. But he's like my neighbor. No, not like he is my neighbor. How awkward would this get if things go south? I mean, things could be very good, and you got a boyfriend or nearby boyfriend, and who is also your neighbor. There is two sides to the coin, and you gotta risk it. But apparently, my body has already quit listening to my brain, as I'm nodding shyly before Luca's soft lips are on mine. Oh my! He tastes as sweet as the orange juice he's been drinking. His long, slender fingers slowly trace my exposed collarbones, raising goosebumps in the wake of his touch. Within minutes, though it could have been hours, for all that I knew, my fingers tangle in his hair, and his hands have made their way around my hips. I am practically on his lap. He's breathless, and so am I. Did I change your mind? I gonna go. You have to try harder than that. Okay, apparently we reached the bedroom. Very nice. He has a way about him. Esper hands make quick work of pulling my jacket off as he slowly draws kisses across my shoulder. I happily strip him off his t-shirt, exposing his well-toned midsection. I hear him gasp as I run my fingers along the softly sculpted ridges of his muscles. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember much of what happens next. Limbs tingling, soft kisses becoming more urgent as more clothes come off. When we make it into his room, he gently lays me down on his big, fluffy bed. He's respectful and makes sure I'm okay every step of the way. Very nice, I love a respectful boy. So incredibly hot. His touch are gentle, never forceful, but always with intention. We love an experienced and respectful driver. Ooh, I suppose, indeed. And everything fades to black. Nice. Morning comes way too soon, and I'm awakened by the smell of freshly brewed coffee. I look over to Luca's side of the bed and find he isn't there. I don't remember the last time I had a one-night stand. Is there an etiquette to do this? I breathe into the palm of my hand and realize I need to brush my teeth. Ew, gross. I quickly find my clothes that have been strewn all over the room, blushing at my recollection of the previous evening while I pull my dress back on. Smoothing down my hair, I pray I don't have terrible bad head. Stepping out into the living room, I find Luca standing in his small kitchen in a tattered white tee and low-hung sweatpants, pouring a cup of coffee. His hair in a perfectly tousled state, he looks extremely durable. Ma'am, control yourself. Yes, I can I can see your thirst over there, ma'am. He looks up, smiles, and pushes the cup he was pouring in my direction. How does he look this good in the morning? Boys. Sleep okay? Yeah, how about you? Never better. Bet you say that to all the girls you bring home. They don't normally stay very long for me to say that. Uh-huh, sure. Thank you for the coffee. Thank you for the coffee. Are you sure you don't want to stay? I make a killer breakfast sandwich. I'd love to stay, but I really have to get going. Work beckons. Then let me at least get your number. I'd like to call you, if that's okay. He wants to call me? Ooh, very nice. Congratulations, girl. So this is a one-night stand? Yes, very nice, indeed. Okay, maybe I shouldn't get too excited. He can ask for my number, but we'll see if he actually calls. After giving him my number, I stand on my tippy toes and kiss his cheek. On the cheek? After last night? I thought I'll get more than that. I have the worst morning breath, and I don't know you well enough to subject you to that. I'm finding it really hard to tear myself away from him. It's like natural attraction. The morning rays spill through the window, highlighting his light-colored hair in such a way that it almost looks like a halo. Next time then. I nod as I pick up my bag from his kitchen counter. I feel a soft touch on my bare shoulder, and when I look up, Luca is standing right next to me, all smiles and friendly eyes. Can I walk you home? I think I can make it home okay from here. Are you sure? Positive. Then I'll talk to you later. You have my number. Do with it what you will. As soon as I get home, I frantically open my messaging app. I can't wait to tell Mina everything. Looks like someone had a good night last night. Someone certainly did. No, a lady doesn't cuss in town. Until later when said lady will call you. Winky face. You know, you saying that just means you got laid. Perhaps. And let's just say I had a really good time. Are you planning on seeing him again? It'll be nice too, but I don't want to seem too eager. I gave him a number and he said he would call. I also know where he lives. Oh wow, that made me sound like a stalker. We stand ourselves a well queen. Yeah, I think you got the right idea. Besides, it's his loss if he doesn't call. Preach. Well, gonna do my heavenly love dailies. You should too. Will do. Keep me posted about your new pool, winky face. And that should be a good pause for our day 2 for our under maintenance for today. So we got laid on the first date. Wow, girl. I mean, I'm the one who chose that option, but wow, so fast, so furious, fast and furious. So the general gist of that is heartfelt feelings, attractive. Both of them are attracted to each other very well. And then there's the sharing of feelings, of stories, of background, very deep and soulful. I'm not sure, I haven't been on a date before myself, or at least on a dating app. So I'm not sure if people talk to each other about deep stuff, or family stuff, heavy stuff on the first date, or anything of that. Maybe these two just clicked very well, and that's a good thing. They clicked very well, they get along very well, and then there's the and then there's the kiss, and then there's the after that, the fade to black, which was, as commented by our lady, very great. But what do you think the best thing is? They want to meet each other again. So I said that's a good thing. Hopefully this will move to something more special. And we'll see what will happen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!